Welcome back everyone to yet another episode, and in today's video we will be discussing Carlos Santos as a brand, and as you can see here we will be discussing all about the different ranges that they offer. Coming up. How's it going, guys? It's been a while since the last upload, but I did have to take care of some stuff. And today I decided that I'm going to talk about a lot of shoes. More specifically, we're going to talk about Carlos Santos. For those of you that are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. I run also the Noble Shoe, a very small shop that specializes in different brands, but most specifically Carlos Santos, a really good value and good quality shoes from Portugal. One of the questions that I get the most is, are the shoes handmade? Are the shoes Goodyear Welted? Are they Blake? Or what is a Handgrade line? What is a Handcrafted? Etc. So I thought I'd make a short video and talk about all the shoes that you see here and some that you don't, and just discuss quickly what are the differences and maybe which ones suit you the best. So, as you can see, I have sneakers, I have some boots, I have some regular loafers and some more shoes and a very fancy looking box. So we're gonna take a look at all of them one by one. So let's begin. We're starting the close-up with one of the ranges that not so many people know about. Did you know that Carlos Santos makes sneakers and pretty much really good ones? Well, maybe not, but here they are. So these two are two examples of what is called the Carlos Santos sport range, or you can just call them sneakers or trainers. And as you can see here, we have a very nice classic sort of like Stan Smith type of trainer, and this one is in Norte Patina and is available through the Patina service for $199. Well, the other one, which I usually use when I have to do errands or wear something more sporty or go to the gym. This one, it has a more athletic trainer look to it. And look at it, I mean, it's pretty nice. It has a different sole and it's also patinated, so painted by hand. Both of them are available through the Noble Shoes Carlos Santos Patina service for $199. And this one is actually usually in stock. Very easy to see. Usually you can just check inside and it will say Carlos Santos. And another small neat way to see it is right up here. It says CS for Carlos Santos. Let's move on. Before I move on specifically to these two, I would also like to mention that Carlos Santos has a range that is pretty much Blake or Bologna construction. And those, unfortunately, I don't have them, but as you can see from the previous video, I do have some premium Blake construction loafers that I had shown before on camera. And those were known as Santos by Carlos Santos or Carlos Santos green label, if I recall right. And usually you can see it by the difference that they would have on their sole. And of course, the lower price point. Those are a bit more rare. Sometimes you can find them in some retailers, around or lower the $300 mark, and they're excellent for more casual summer, spring, and lightweight shoes. Which leads us to the main contender. So if you're wondering why I have two here, this is just a pair of boots and a pair of loafers, but they are both from the same range, which is the regular Goodyear Welted range. When you hear the name Carlos Santos, this is the first that will pop up. These usually retail between $309.99 up to $329 at the Noble Shoe for boots and shoes, respectively. The main difference is that, first of all of them are Goodyear Welted, but those that have a rubber sole, whether it's Dynite, whether it's Commando, whether it's Ridgeway, you will always know that these are Goodyear Welted and not Handcrafted or Handgrade, the tires above. These can only be made as Goodyear Welted range. And then, this is a little bit used, this is one of the loafers that I have, but of course you can spot here maybe that it says Carlos Santos Goodyear Welted. You also know that you can see the channeling, which is the main distinctive feature that you are on the Goodyear Welted regular range. The quality for these is quite excellent. The leather is really good. I found the clicking quite nice. The stitching overall pretty nice. And I'm very surprised. I mean, this is just a boot, a Balmoral black boot from the main range, and it looks phenomenal, doesn't it? So this is the value king if you're looking for a pair of good, nice, sturdy, and everyday shoes. Let's move on. Now we are to what I consider the most interesting part, because this is the Handgrade line. Both the Handgrade and the Goodyear Welted line come in the same similar box, but there is one simple way to tell the difference. When you flip them around, this is always, like 99% of the time, the type of sole that you will see. It's hand painted in this sort of, I don't know, mustard moss color. It has a more prominent fiddleback, and you will also see here that it says Carlos Santos Handgrade. This line costs $419.99 US usually, and I reserve it for a bit more special pairs, just like this sort of like single monk with an austerity brogue design that you might have seen before. I would say that the leather on this line is a little bit better and the finishing is a little bit better. The waist, of course, is tighter, as you can see, with a slight bevel and fiddleback. And I would say that overall it is a very good value proposition for a more special pair of shoes, or a dressier shoe that you want to wear, not possibly every day, but in your best occasions. For example, a really good black Oxford. And that's about it. Very easy to distinguish. You just flip around, and also around the price point, you know what you're getting. I think for me, these are the value kings of between $300 and $500. This is an excellent choice. Which brings us to the most convoluted range that most people don't know. What is this? So this is, I call it a wingtip Oxford. So it's a bit of a mix of, let's say, a wingtip and a brogue and an Oxford. And immediately, how do you spot that this is the Handcrafted line? Flip it around, and you see the sole is even higher quality. And of course, it will say Carlos Santos Handcrafted. Now, the bevel is of course even tighter here at the waist, and there is a very nice prominent fiddleback. So you know that there is much more work done in the sole and in the waist, which usually at this stage you see it glued, but for example on this one, this is Blake stitched. But the most important thing is to remember, for transparency's sake, that handcrafted and handmade is a very convoluted term and abused term. So these are not hand welted or hand lasted, they are Goodyear welted, but saying handcrafted is a way to distinguish between the different ranges. I would say that these have the best possible finishing. They are truly excellent, and they will run about $599. The sole is truly excellent, and we reserve it for very, very special models such as these, which was actually quite a popular one. There is one more thing, which is the box. So this is the box for the handcrafted range, and as you can see, it has a very weird, different type of look to it and color, apart from the usual black box. And as you can see, it also has some texture. It kind of feels like you're touching a cow. It's a very high quality box. And some of the other differences inside include also that you get higher quality and different sort of like maroon, yeah, maroon is probably the best word, type of shoe bags, and a bit of salmon-like paper inside, and also some padding for some extra protection. So you do get a higher quality experience. And that's about it. So which one is your favorite? And that was it. So now you have, I hope, a good idea of all the different major ranges that Carlos Santos offers. And honestly, most of the stuff that you will see here, or more of ranges and models that are not available elsewhere, at least not easily, you will find them at the Noble Shoe, which I will link in the description down below, and I will be very thankful if you check it out. And you also get a 10% discount if you subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you very much. So moving on, why would someone choose Carlos Santos? First of all, they are very, very solid shoes. Great value for the price. I think that value for shoes is between $300 and $500 for the average person that just likes shoes and wants something good and doesn't care so much about the handmade aspect, etc. So far, all the shoes that I had from them and kickstarted my shoe career have been great. I never had to resole them yet. The color is aging wonderfully. I think the main selling point for something like Carlos Santos is the patina and the patina service, the hand-painted colors that you get, which is honestly quite shocking how great the prices are for a whole range of 20 different colors to choose from. But I would say that their main calf leather is also great and quite underrated. You don't see it that often, for example, on this black boot, which is fantastic, and some of the very popular Oxfords that you will see later. I think that for the person that is maybe just starting or he wants value, they should go for the regular line. Then you have the Handgrade line, which usually we reserve for a bit more special looking pairs. The patina is the same. The difference is that the finishing is a bit better, the sole is a bit better, but this is a bit more for the gentleman that wants to take it a little bit further and wants a bit more oomph to their shoes. Great patinas as well, lovely hand-painted sole, and not so much of a price hike because you go around $419.99. So about $100 more for, a superior shoe. And last but not least, we have the Handcrafted line. As I said, very important to remember that these are not handmade. They're made by machine. They're still Goodyear Welted, but it's a way for them to distinguish the range. And you know immediately that this is handcrafted because of the sole and the box. The handcrafted is difficult because it's about $600 plus US, and it's a great shoe. And I would reserve it for very, very, very special models, such as this very unique wing toe, as I call it, Oxford in navy blue. It's sometimes it's difficult to justify spending $600 on, say, Carlos Santos when you can, for example, get Yosal or something else. But those that enjoy the fit, the patina, and overall a very good, work, it's quite worth it. Think about it, and you also support the company. And that's about it. Quite a lot of models. It can be quite convoluted when it comes to different ranges from different manufacturers and shoe brands. So I hope this was quite simpler. And if you enjoyed this, I might do it for someone else because, for example, it's like herring. They have 200 billion different ranges, and it's hard to distinguish which is which. And yes, I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions. You can always contact me by mail, leave a comment, and let me know what you would like to see next. As always, if you enjoyed the show, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and just communicate with me in Instagram or through mail or just in the comments down below. I'll be very happy to talk to you. And before you go, we always have a customary bad joke of the week. So what happened to the frog when he parked illegally? He got towed. Yep. What a great way to end the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.